What's up, everybody? Welcome back. All right, this week we're going to take a look at some remodel stuff, and I'm going to show you how I cut crown and base molding. Let's get to it.
It's the Wrecking Crew. You're all right, man. Oh, you dropped the hammer in.
All right, guys. Welcome to the remodel. So my wife decided she wanted a change, so we're doing a little remodel here in the house. This room in here is going to get repainted, new crown molding, base molding, and then here in the entryway here, this house had 1/2-inch floors in it, and the way they got away with that was they put 3/4 over this like chipboard, and then they had laminate, and that goes into the kitchen area there. And so we cut all this out. We moved this door frame opening a couple inches. It was only like a 32-inch door, so went ahead and opened that up. Gonna put a flat jamb in it. So opened that up, and then one thing we had to do was, because of the way the joist ran, we had to come in here and sister some other joists in so that we had something to set on, and then there at the threshold. So that's where we're at. We're gonna get a new 3/4 subfloor in, and so we can be flush with our hardwood floors there. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Got my brother out. Hey, hold on a second, dude. All right, so we're gonna get him. If you've never seen one of these things are the bomb. These are good for screwing off decks and floors. I'm gonna put him on speed mode and show y'all how he gets it done. All right, guys. Sorry I lost my microphone. So basically, we got it all drywalled back in, and now we're gonna run crown in this room, and I'm gonna come out here and show you our setup for our crown. Alright, what I like to do is set up a board. As you can see, it's been chopped on a few times. And what you want to do is just get your spring angle right, so that you got the flat part there, and then you got it flat down here. Let me see if I can get a better angle of that. Just like that right there. So that's flat, and that's flat. And I like to use this because then you don't have to worry about balancing. Some guys use like a piece of tape down here, but I can just throw it in and go. And then what I do is, if I'm doing miters, I know this is the left side. If it's a right cope, I'm gonna cut it on this side. If it's a right miter, cut it on this side. If it's a left cope, we cut it on this side. Now generally, when we do it, we always start from the right hand room, and I use a laser measurer, and I actually measure everything out, and then I stick my piece up here. But since we're doing crown, and this is not a for money job, we'll just kind of do it one piece at a time. So we'll go in there and measure, write it down, come back out here and do it. But normally, actually, I'll measure it all, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like. Then down here, what we have is my coping jig, and the way this works is once you get your cut made, you place it in there so that it's basically how it would be on the wall. Then you clamp it down and you cut it off. And I use, you'll see me use two different things, but I'll use a regular coping saw, but I also use this. It's a Collins coping foot, and this thing works amazing on this. I don't know how much they are, but they're worth the money. But I used to cope it all by hand and cope it flat, but this is so much faster to use that. And then I got just a regular old coping saw, and these things work good. You just make sure that you keep the blade sharp, and you'll see me use this. This is faster for me when I'm doing base molding than it is to use the coping foot. All right, so we'll show you that. right, as you can see, what I got here is all my measurements, and B stands for butt cut, R stands for cope, and then I got a left miter here. You kind of see how that works, and I've just found that coping crown for me is personally faster than trying to miter it, and I get a better joint. If it's not for you, then that's fine, I get it, but for me it's just way faster. So let's cut a butt cut, and then I'll show you how we kind of do a cope, and then we'll rock and roll this thing. This is how we caulk. We put him on the stilts, and he can walk around. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this week. I think I'm gonna have one more week of some of the remodel stuff, just the spraying, and then we'll get back to some other woodworking project. I think I'm gonna do the canopy for my bed, and we'll take a look at that. We'll see you next week.